What's going on, YouTube? Back at it with another video. Look, we got some true crime, man. It says, bro, a pastor, bro. This is a case of Kari Baker. A pastor, not a pasture like you're in a pasture, but a pastor, like in Jesus' name type pastor, going around committing murder. Murder from a pastor is crazy. But yeah, man, before we get in this video, man, I need y'all to like, comment, subscribe, man. Turn them post notifications on. Sit back and relax. And we finna get into this video. Bow your heads for me, please. We're gonna say a quick prayer. Dear Lord, I want to come to you today to ask you to bless everybody that's watching this video with nothing but positive energy, good vibes, good people, and just some type of success in any way that they deserve. Whatever it is, just let them know whatever they're working towards is going to work out, and they can see some progress in their businesses, their everyday life, let alone just taking care of their kids. In your name I pray. Amen. Ashe. Already, y'all. Like, comment, subscribe, and let's do it.
What's your emergency?
My wife is laying in the bed. Her lips are blue, hands are cold.
Are you in there with her right now? Is she conscious?
This is the voice of Matt Baker. He has just found his wife, Kari, lifeless in their bed, with a typed letter beside her. But there's one problem. Kari didn't write the letter.
The note that says I'm sorry, basically.
Everybody is shocked. Matt and
This ain't no suicide, man.
Kari are pillars of their community, a loving couple with 2 young daughters. But Matt isn't just a husband. He is a respected Baptist pastor, a rising star in the church.
She was marrying a Baptist minister. How good is that? You couldn't pick a better guy than Matt Baker.
After Kari's death, Matt becomes the face of faith through tragedy, speaking at pulpits, appearing on television, even landing magazine covers. He tells the world how he lost the love of his life and how God carried him through it. But Kari's mother...
That nigga is going straight down under. There's no way you kill your wife and then run to the public as a pastor and be like, I lost my wife, need help from everybody. Bro, I don't know if he gonna forget this one.
into dueling.
And then you playing with God because you're a pastor. You standing in front of people trying to teach the word and you going completely left. It can't get no worse than this. Only way it can get worse than this is if we find out that you like boys and kids. Then it's like, oh, this nigga's sick.
Isn't convinced something about Matt's story doesn't sit right.
Kari had told her that she felt like Matt was having an affair.
There's no way I could ever hurt my wife. Like every marriage, you have your ups and your downs.
Man, look at your eyeballs, bro. You don't even look human. You look like you hurt everybody in your wife. What do you mean? Bro, I'm gonna be real. When people get accused of stuff like killing their wife, this and that, and they pastors, they not even gonna get all in front of these cameras and do all this extra. There's no way I could hurt my wife. There's no way. Like fucking old dude that got shot. What's his name? The nigga they trying to compare to Martin Luther King. He got shot in the neck. Pow, boom. Yeah, him. That nigga wife all on the internet. We ain't never seen her, but now we see her in all these interviews and she in front of the press and everything. She ain't shedded one tear. When your wife die and you was not the cause, your face don't even look like this no more if you really love that person. Hey, bro, look at it. Like his eyes look evil, bro. He don't look hurt at all.
But I loved her and I missed her and I did not hurt my wife.
The death of Kari Baker might have remained a mystery, if not for a mother who refused to give up, driven by the fear that her grandchildren were living with a murderer. Eventually, a clue is uncovered, a secret message written by Kari herself, hidden in the pages of her Bible, a message that will expose the truth and help Linda avenge her daughter before it's too late. It's April 7th, 2006. Matt Baker is driving home in the small Texas suburb of Hewitt. It's past 11 p.m. on a Friday night. His wife, Kari, might still be awake, waiting for him, while their 2 young daughters, Kenzie and Grace, are likely already fast asleep. But as the 38-year-old father pulls in the driveway, he has no idea that things are about to take a disturbing turn.
911, they have an emergency.
That night, Matt had only stepped out for a quick errand, renting a movie and filling up the car with gas. Now,
Gosh.
just before midnight, he walks in and heads to the bedroom, only to find the door locked. When he finally gets it open, he's met with a chilling sight. Kari, his wife, is lying motionless and unresponsive.
And what's the problem? Tell me exactly what happened.
My wife is laying in the bed, and her lips are blue, hands are cold.
Is she conscious?
In Hewitt, everyone knows the young couple.
Her lips are blue. Her hands are cold. She's conscious. It doesn't seem like it. He don't even sound like somebody that walked in the house and found their wife dead. You're not even gonna be saying all of, her hands are blue. You were like, nigga, my wife is dead. She's hurt. She's unconscious. Come get me. Come here now. I need an ambulance now. Like, he sound like he planned this out. You know what I'm saying? Like, planned it all out, bro. It's not even like... Bro, when shit like this catch a motherfucker off guard, they act totally different.
Matt and Kari's love story has all the magic of a fairy tale. Both college students, they met at a camp in the summer of 1994. Working side by side, they quickly fell in love, and within just 3 months, the pair got married. They later settled on the outskirts of Waco to raise their family, welcoming 3 daughters, Kenzie, Cassidy, and Grace. Matt, the local Baptist minister, is a respected and familiar figure in the deeply religious community, while Kari, after completing her master's in education, is a devoted mom and beloved 3rd-grade teacher. Faith has always been the foundation of their family, and their life appeared picture perfect until...
That is shit crazy. He don't even look like no evil motherfucker, bro. You know, nice little kids, wife. Damn. Trifling that nigga. Hold on. Had to grab me an orange.
Well, now.
I put my head to her chest and didn't see or feel her chest rising, no air coming out, felt for pulse, nothing.
Okay, listen carefully. I need you to get her laying flat on her back on the ground and remove any pillows, okay?
Okay, put her on the floor.
Correct.
Put her on the bed now. Put her on.
All right, she needs to be on the floor, yes, sir.
Okay.
The 911 dispatcher coaches Matt through the CPR process, hoping to revive Kari while the ambulance is on its way. Remarkably, he keeps his composure, clearly giving their...
Nigga sitting there on the phone like, put on the floor. Okay, so like, how do I do it? Like, okay, this. Nigga just sitting beside the body, bro. How are you gonna try to play this off? Nigga, you the one who killed her. What?
Dress so first responders can race to the scene. As they stay on the line, Matt makes another request. His 2 young daughters are in the house. He can't risk them walking in and seeing their mother like this. He asks if they can call Kari's parents, the Doolins, to come and care for the girls.
I need to get a hold of her parents. They live in town, and I want them to come over and be with the kids.
Get somebody else started on this, okay?
Thank you.
We received a phone call from the 911 operator telling us that we needed to get over to my daughter's house, that there had been an accident, and we needed to get over there immediately.
When the ambulance finally pulls up to the Baker's home, the paramedics find Kari still lying motionless on the floor. They check her pulse and start compressions, but her body isn't responding. After a few minutes of work, the paramedics know it's too late. That's when Kari's mother, Linda, also arrives at the scene.
We ran out of the car, and as I started running up to the front of the house, an EMT person stood in front of me and grabbed me and told me that my daughter was dead.
The family is in shock. Kari...
That'd be the worst shit ever. Like the two... that's the worst thing ever, but I feel like it's better off to just come straight out and be like, your daughter's dead, you know? Because, like, going through that stage where, like, you see this motherfucker right in front of you, the person, whoever it is that you love, and they're getting put in the ambulance or anything in that category, and the fucking doctors and shit don't tell you what's going on. They be like, we're finna get them in the hospital. We're going through this, right? They just tell you about everything they going through and everything, but they not letting you know, is she okay or is she not? Long story short is, if they telling you that, we're getting them to the hospital. Just meet us at the hospital. We're working on. If they saying you that, just know they dead. Straight up, you just got to talk to God and hopefully he make a miracle happen. Other than that, they're dead, because every time they're not, or they're fine, they explain that to you. They let you know, like, they're fine. Meet us at the hospital. We got her on the breathing treatment. She's perfectly fine. This and this is going on. They let you know. But whenever the motherfucker's gone and they can't do nothing about it, they ain't gonna tell you. And they better not have donor on your ID. They gonna make sure your ass die. They need them organs. They get paid for that. Yeah, they need them organs. You didn't know you was a donor? Fuck no.
A loving mother, a daughter, a loyal wife, and beloved teacher is gone. As everyone tries to make sense of the situation, the medical staff briefly consider if she had a potential hidden medical issue no one knew about, or maybe this was all a tragic accident. But as police search the room, they find something unusual. A letter, typed and left on the nightstand. It appears to be from Kari.
The detective that night pulled me into the kitchen. He goes, "It's pretty obvious what happened." And at that point, my heart sunk. I couldn't believe it. That was the first time, for sure, that's what they claimed it to be.
We were truly in shock. It was almost like we were in a trance. And
What they said, she took all her medicine or something, tried to suicide overdose.
all I kept thinking about, all Jim kept thinking about was that we didn't have a daughter. Our daughter was gone.
In Texas, when someone dies suddenly or unexpectedly, it's up to a justice of the peace to decide what happens next. There isn't necessarily a doctor or autopsy involved. So for Kari, instead of a thorough medical examination, police describe the scene over the phone to Justice Billy Martin. They tell him about what was found in the bedroom and the overall circumstances, and Judge Martin makes his ruling. There's no need for an autopsy. It's April 9th, 2006, the day after Kari's sudden death. The family is in shock, overwhelmed, and barely able to process what's happened. But despite the grief, Matt insists the memorial and burial must happen immediately. He begins making arrangements at their family's Baptist church, planning the service for the very next day. By Monday, April 10th, only 48 hours since Kari's body was found, she is already laid to rest at Oakwood Cemetery. Her memorial, originally planned at the family's church, is moved to one of the city's largest funeral homes to accommodate the overwhelming response from the community. To Linda, it's all moving too quickly. No time to breathe, let alone grieve. But Matt, the Baptist preacher, tells the family it's best not to delay the healing process. Waco, Texas, Oak Crest Funeral Home.
Over with as fast as possible, and so no one knows and no one thinks about it ever again. No, this is death, and then it's death from somebody that's probably was loved by a lot of people. You ain't getting away with this.
3 p.m. Hundreds gather in sorrow. Kari's family, her children, and the entire community have come together to mourn.
I hurt for her. I hurt that someone hurt enough that they made that choice.
We're just trying to put one foot in front of the other and get through this.
Even at the largest funeral home in the city, the space is overflowing. Folding chairs fill the aisles. Friends and neighbors stand shoulder to shoulder along the back walls, spilling into the foyer and leaning through the open door.
Yum, 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 cutie, cutie, cutie. Yum, 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 cutie, cutie, cutie. Where the fuck was these at when we was kids? All we had was them big, huge ass fucking grapefruit oranges. And they was good in the motherfucker. Where them at? I don't see like just oranges no more. Unless you in like Florida or something. You in Florida, you see this is one dude. Dang, what's his name? Nature Man or something like that. He got dreads, light-skinned dude. He be growing stuff in his backyard, and he be selling like exotic fruits and everything. Unless you him, I ain't seen a real fruit yet, but on his videos. Where they at? And I remember when these came out. Why do we remember when a fruit came out? This shit should have been here forever. Should not be remembering the first day these came out. What the fuck?
Doors. During the service, Matt sits motionless in the front row, head in his hands, silent through every eulogy and remembrance. And then, at the end, the grieving husband stands at the pulpit with his daughters beside him, promising to everyone he'll return to Crossroads Baptist in only 1 week, Easter Sunday. God has not abandoned me, he says. He will give me the strength to carry on. It's Sunday, April 16th, less than a week after the funeral, and only 8 days since Kari's death. Pastor Matt keeps his promise and delivers the Easter sermon.
Meet me at the crossroad, crossroad, crossroad. Meet me at the crossroad. Whatever the fuck Bone Thugs was saying. Nigga, they got so many lyrics that I don't know none of them. Get up, get up, get up. I know shit like that, but whatever they be saying in the background, it go hard, but fuck, you know what the hell y'all was saying.
At Crossroads Baptist Church, he tells the congregants that just as Jesus has risen, so too has Kari into heaven. Ministers from across the country send emails and letters to the family and to Matt specifically, praising his unwavering faith and courage in the face of tragedy. One woman even offers to teach him how to do his daughter's hair, a beautiful gesture for a father now parenting girls alone. From the outside, it looks like a community supporting a grieving man as he tries to put his life back together.
He was a single parent, working and taking care of these girls. They emotionally attached to the dead very strongly, the younger one especially.
Who was talking?
In the month following Kari's death, her family is overwhelmed, trying to come to terms with the tragedy. But Linda, along with her sisters, can't shake the feeling that there's something more to Kari's death, something police have missed. They knew Kari better than anyone. She was vibrant, loving, and full of life. A hands-on mother who adored her daughters. The idea that she would have willingly left them behind is completely out of character. Linda and her family start examining the evidence themselves and realize that beneath the surface, there are several small inconsistencies, each one minor on its own, but together suggesting that something more sinister may have happened. The first red flag: only 10 pictures were taken of the crime scene by the investigators. For any sudden, unexplained death, this is an unusually low amount of photos. There's barely any evidence in the records. Next, everything in the room looked a little too perfectly arranged. Alone, it's possible that the family had simply kept a tidy house, but upon a closer look, it could seem like the scene might have been staged, as if someone carefully planted evidence to have it appear like a tragic death. The letter beside the bed should have raised immediate suspicion on its own. It was typed, not handwritten, and unsigned. In theory, anyone could have written it. Another unusual detail about the letter is the amount of spelling mistakes. Kari was a third-grade teacher and an educated woman with...
Right, third-grade teacher, education, and she got 2 daughters. You think she gonna fuck up with writing a paragraph? No. And then the fact that she chose to type it out and then going off her credentials, nigga, she's not fucking up no paragraph, nigga. She's not putting commas in the wrong area. She's making full sentences and everything. Like, this motherfucker shush.
Her master's, known for her attention to detail, the typed letter misspelled words like "to" spelled with a single O in the wrong context. It seemed like it didn't quite match her character or her background. In spite of the many inconsistencies obvious to anyone looking closely at the crime scene, it seems police are in no rush to question the only person actually at the scene of Kari's death. Matt is interviewed nearly 2 months after his wife's passing, and even then, it's only a casual discussion, seemingly only to tick a box, not to further any actual investigation into Kari's death.
I just want to sit and talk to him, I just want to talk about what happened. Absolutely. That way we can clear all this up, because I'm sure you know what I'm getting at.
Mm-hmm. I left about 11 or so. I wasn't gone maybe 40 minutes.
You left the house and went down to the gas station?
I wasn't even gone long at all.
Okay.
And that was a strange thing about it is I question where she would have taken the medicine. Personally, this is my opinion. I don't think the medicine is what killed her, but was knocked out enough and choked. So no, I don't know if that's just me trying to put stuff together to make it, I don't know.
Okay. Like I said, I just wanted to sit and holler at shit about it.
I mean, you don't
Matt
know.
is calm, cooperative, and consistent in his account. He's able to remain rational, eager to help detectives with any questions they have. Matt even willingly takes a polygraph test and passes. To the police, there's no reason to think he had anything to do.
I gotta realize, when it come to lie detector tests, nigga, them bitches they're never accurate. 'Cause them bitches, nigga, they be lying. 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 They You can literally lie on a lie detector test just to prove people that that shit is not real. Like, lie detector tests go off your heart rate. So if you just nervous because you're taking a test, you're going to fail. It's going to say, that was a lie, this was a lie. It goes off your heart rate and how fast your heart starts beating or how slow. So they be like, back in the day, like when this shit was first created back in the fucking 2030s, that's all the knowledge they knew. Okay, your heart starts beating, you're lying. Like, what? You know, I'm nervous because y'all can just take my life away because I'm black. What the fuck, man? That ain't about me lying. Like, you know, it's all... People get nervous just because they get questioned. It ain't even the fact that they're a liar or any of that. It's just like, damn, nigga, it's a test right now, bro. I'm nervous. And you fucking fail.
With Kari's death.
I think there's a presumption with a man of God that they have a certain character and a certain ethical base, and we believe that.
Matt Baker.
Yeah, but y'all gotta realize certain people got lives before they was pastors. Cause I know some pastors that used to smoke crack. I know a pastor, he was lustful than a motherfucker. Like, he used to go around getting bitches. And I was a kid, you know, knowing and hearing the stories and seeing him over here, seeing him over there, helping all these people out. And some of them, he was fucking them. Niggas, pastors out here that used to sell dope, but end up becoming a pastor. That's like me. If I had my whole life, bro, and I turn my life around, and at 35 I become a full-blown pastor, nigga had a pass. I just became the stir. You know what I'm saying? Nigga had a pass. I just became the stir. You know what I'm saying? Stir the pot up. Jesus. Add some little God in there. Add a little bit of angel dust on there. And not the kind that get you high. Whip it up, scientists. Whip it up, scientists. Feed the people.
Was given great latitude in his story. It wasn't questioned.
You hold your preachers up to a higher standard. You never think that your preachers are going to do anything. You don't even want to suspect them. It's got to be a sin to suspect your pastor, right?
According to detectives, there's simply nothing pointing to him, or to anyone else for that matter, in the death of Kari, and the case is open and shut. After talking to Matt, the police are able to walk away, confident with their initial assessment of Kari's death. But in spite of police's conclusions, Linda Doolin and her whole family continue to search for anything.
That must be a generational thing or something. Now I'm sitting here thinking about it because, like, I never was one of them people that was like, I trust the pastor. Everything he does, we have to listen. Like, I never, like, think about back in the day, like, your pastor would be all in your house and that person's house, this person's house, trying to help everybody do this and that. That makes sense to, you know, trust him. Definitely if this is like 1970 or something, you know, and you in a small town or something like that, like you're on your side of the city where you don't really go to this other side ever as much, it kind of makes sense. But our generation, pastors was kind of creepy, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like, it was just like, felt like you was judging me like a motherfucker. Felt like you like my mama, or just simple like, this motherfucker might touch kids and like all some extra shit. Like, why they all fat too? Like, motherfucker turn their life over to God or I ain't gonna say turn their life over to God. They just become Christians and get fat in the mind. Like why? And then get kind of mean in a way, you know, like not even like straight up holy and want to really help everybody. They just like, you young and you doing this, you going to hell. You like, sir, I'm not going to hell. What was that?
Anything at all that could uncover the truth and explain what really happened with Kari. Then, around the beginning of May 2006, a clue appears in an unlikely place as Linda looks through their family phone plan bill, which includes herself, Matt, and Kari. She stops cold. In the days following her death, Kari's phone has been used hundreds of times, even calling Matt's number several times. If her daughter is dead, who could possibly have been using her phone? Matt's explanation is that he gave it to a church member who was in need of a phone after a difficult divorce. Being a generous pastor is one thing, but giving away your dead wife's phone so recently after her passing seems very strange, and something about his tone feels rehearsed. To Linda, there's a shift, not just in his story, but in him. Matt's daughters, 5-year-old Grace and 9-year-old Kenzie, who have been living with their father ever since their mom's passing, also notice something strange. All the pictures of Kari have been removed from the family's house. As weeks go by, Linda and her husband find themselves increasingly pushed out of their granddaughters' lives as well. There were fewer visits, shorter phone calls, and many excuses from Matt about their busy schedules and hectic routines. It's starting to feel as though Matt is removing Kari from their lives in small but significant ways.
All of a sudden, all the shock I'd been feeling, all this numbness, it was just like it just washed right off of me. And I thought, okay, Linda, we're gonna find out what's going on here. And after that, we went into battle mode.
Before we continue, we'd like to thank today's video sponsor, Deleting Investment. Irrevocable this scam new delete to start promo code unseen for 20% off any consumer plan. That's join reporting your husband. There was meanwhile the evidence that it points to the police. Baker. Linda and her husband Jim take their growing suspicions to the police, pleading for the case to be reopened, but the response isn't different. The department refuses to budge, and the original ruling stands. Meanwhile, the evidence is sealed away and out of reach. They know they can't wait for the system to act. If they want justice for Kari and to make sure her daughters are safe, they'll need to build the case themselves.
Dang.
That's when a new ally joins Linda's team, Assistant U.S. Attorney Bill Johnston.
And they got that, peanuts.
That's when a new ally joins Linda's team, Assistant U.S. Attorney.
Fried peanuts and Coca-Cola. Yeah. I know a Coca-Cola and peanut eater when I see one. It's like shit. Coca-Cola and peanuts.
Bill Johnston. After listening to their story, Johnston sees what they see, too many red flags to ignore. He assembles his own team of investigators, including Matt Cawthon, a respected former Texas Ranger. On July 30th,
if they got anything to do with Texas police, rangers, and they well respected, they don't like black people. Bro, is this shit deeper? And then you gotta realize, some white people, it ain't really even their fault that they racist because they was, trained and raised like that. But like, bro, a lot of them they got a little racist in them, all of them, in a way. Because you gotta realize, some of them, they'd be cool with black people. They be like, I'm not racist, my friend black, or this, and that black. But that's because you grew up around him and he ain't really crossed you before. So you like, yeah, I'm cool with black people, but you see that black dude from out of town that came in with that ski mask backwards or his skinny jeans on, you look at him like, some white people just be cool with black people because they know them. And those black people do the same thing that they do, so they like cool with them. But man, you meet some of them motherfuckers that meet black people that they don't know and get racist out of nowhere. You like, God damn, sir. But if they a police officer in the South, I don't know about everywhere else, but I'm saying in the South, and they well respected, like I'm talking about, like the other police officers salute when they come in, man, that motherfucker did some dirt, boy. That's like seeing a gang member and he just super well respected and he like 60, 80 years old. And all the other gang members see him and be like, OG. You think that nigga ain't did no dirt? Boy, he done did a lot. That's why he's respected.
Almost 4 months after Kari's death, Linda and attorney Johnston file a wrongful death lawsuit against Matt, giving them the legal authority to gather records, conduct depositions, and re-examine everything piece by piece. Their next move is hiring a digital forensics expert whose first priority is to go through Matt's computer, and what he finds shocks Johnston's team of investigators. Matt, a respected pastor, had been watching adult content during work hours, literally inside the church. Adult sites are interspersed right next to Matt's searches for internet sermons. On top of that, the expert...
Corn with a capital P? At church? It's already bad that you're watching that as a pastor. But the fact that you're doing it in the house of the Lord, you need your ass kicked. And I'm talking about kicked by a demon.
Uncovers that on March 9th, exactly 1 month before Kari's death, Matt searched overdose on sleeping pills. But when they discover a message, handwritten by Kari just 5 days before her death, it puts the final nail in the coffin. Hidden in the margins of her Bible, Kari's voice speaks from beyond the grave, pointing the finger at her own husband. Lord, I have so much worry and I cannot get a hold on it. I'm asking you to protect me from harm. I'm not sure what is going on with Matt, but Lord, help me find peace with him. Kari had written down her suspicions about Matt only days before she was found dead. It seems her intuition was telling her that she was in danger, but frustratingly, despite all the circumstantial evidence, there's still no clear-cut link tying Matt directly to Kari's death that Linda can bring to prosecutors to have him convicted of murder. It's now October 2007. More than a year and a half has gone by since Kari's death. In spite of growing suspicion, Matt continues to deny any wrongdoing and begins to take even more drastic measures, moving himself and Linda's grandkids 200 miles away to a different city. He takes a new job preaching at a local church, far from Kari's family.
You said moving him and Linda's grandkids. They don't even count that nigga as his kids no more. Like, nigga, that's his kids. Why did he just say moving him and his kids? He said, no, moving him and Linda's grandkids. Like, man, that ain't even your kids.
From the outside, he has completely moved on. In fact, as Linda and her family keep fighting to gather evidence that proves that Kari was murdered by her husband, Matt now seems eager to tell his side of the story.
He went on kind of a press.
He got that look to him. One of them fake-ass pastors that's doing this stuff for money. You can feel it. Like, look at him. Name one pastor in your whole entire city or your little town that got a picture like this in that motherfucker Super HD magazine. He on TV. You can't. Because God don't even want, you know, it ain't even really, motherfuckers, we ain't even supposed to be famous out here. That's damn near a sin to be famous. Not supposed to have people out here worshiping you. So I feel like any pastor that's broadcasted big all over the internet, all over TV, he got magazine covers and a clothing line that coming out, and you know all that extra stuff. You can it's a call 1800 at Mr. Pastor Doc. You know you can call him and talk to his people personally, and they can get you through. Like, come on, man. Like, you got too much going, and you not like. You got fame off being a pastor. That does not even add up. Like, how are you famous for being a pastor? You know what I'm saying? Like, you not saying nothing no different than that one, and then that one, and then that one. You're reading the same book. You know what I'm saying? Like, how you just so famous and got so much money, and the pastor in my town saying the same thing, and this pastor in this city saying the same thing, that's saying the same thing to that state. Like, I don't trust it, man. Sick ass.
Sure.
He tried to tell the world his side of the story.
In an unbelievably arrogant move, the case even goes national as Matt sits down with ABC News for a televised interview.
There's no way I could ever have hurt my wife. I loved her. She's the mother of my children, and I miss her, and I did not hurt my wife.
That nigga like a badass kid that's lying.
My children, and I miss her, and I did not hurt my wife.
You know when you know that everybody got that nephew or that niece or your son or daughter that that's a little lying motherfucker. Like, they just lie. This exactly how they look at you when they lying. They don't blink or nothing. I did not do it, Dad. I woke up this morning. I went, grabbed what I went and grabbed, and whenever I went outside, I locked the door behind me. I did not leave the door unlocked. I don't know. And they just stare at you, bro, and you be like, yo, little ass just lying. Because who the fuck talks to people like that? And then they got that, like, you know, like their faces like this, but it's really regular, but you can see the behind the regular. Yeah. That motherfucker, you is lying. Look at this. This is a lying ass motherfucker. Look. Muffin face. That's a lying ass muffin. Exorcism eyes.
Kari's parents are stunned when they see their former son-in-law on national television. To them, not only does he have the nerve to keep denying what happened, but he also doesn't hesitate to include his young daughters, Linda's granddaughters, in his publicity tour, using them and his pastor image to garner sympathy.
You know, and they separate pants from shirts.
I pick mine and then he picks hers.
But I have to okay hers.
Yes.
Why?
Because she likes spaghetti straps.
But I don't wear them to school. I'm not allowed. This is my favorite toy because it used to be my dad's when he was a little kid.
Cause she likes
To many
spaghetti
viewers,
straps.
Matt's meat
Spaghetti and meatball head ass. Nigga, you kill people. It don't matter what she wear at this point. It'll never compare to what you did. Fuck.
media presence is persuasive. He appears to be a grieving husband, a pastor leaning on his faith in the face of unimaginable loss. But for Kari's family, every public interview feels like another setback. While they are fighting just to be heard, Matt is controlling the narrative, using another unspeakable family tragedy to garner sympathy, the death of their second daughter, Cassidy, at only 14 months old. In 1999, 7 years before Kari's passing, Cassidy, who was diagnosed with a brain tumor, lost her fight. Kari was destroyed by this awful loss, but decided to honor her little girl by taking care of her surviving family, including Matt. She had to stay strong and went to see a grief counselor to navigate this devastating time. But according to him, this overwhelming loss is the exact reason why Kari was so depressed.
After Cassidy passed away, she couldn't go to sleep. She could not go to sleep. I saw it more as she's hurting, she's missing her daughter. Cassidy consumed her. The loss of Cassidy consumed her thoughts.
Public opinion, however, remains divided. Some believe his story, convinced of his innocence, but Kari's family never wavers. They are certain Matt is involved in Kari's death, and their fears run deeper. Linda is concerned that her 2 young granddaughters might be living with a murderer.
Murder.
We weren't going to stop.
And we weren't going to sit back until somebody would listen to us.
At this point in the investigation, Linda and her team need something solid, something or someone who can tie the whole case together, someone who knows the full story of what really happened to...
I don't know what it is about her eyes like that. It made me looking at me. I look back at you.
Kari, and that someone is the very person...
Oh, nigga, you throw that at somebody's head, nigga, they shit crack. Yeah. That's damn near Nokia, basically. You crack somebody in their shit. I used to get these and play Snake on it. Ying, ying, ying. Good times, man. Good times.
Person Matt had given Kari's old phone to just days after her death, a young woman named Vanessa Bowles. Newly single, 23-year-old churchgoer Vanessa had recently started attending Crossroads Baptist, where Matt was the pastor. Just weeks after Kari's death, Vanessa was seen attending Matt's daughter's 10th birthday party. Friends also reported seeing the two together often, looking unusually affectionate. And when Linda had looked at the family's phone records back in May 2000,
He was fucking with that young little shit. A newly churchgoer. Who wants to be in that category of like a newly churchgoer? Say you going to church. Like, I'm Trvn. I'm not a newly churchgoer. I support. I think I believe in God. I don't want to be in a category or something. Like, what? And he was in there messing with that young girl, and that young girl want to be with him, and he wants to be with her, and he want to marry her, this and that, and he don't know how to divorce his wife, because he, at the same time, they ain't even got no problems in the house. His wife gonna be like, what? You gonna leave me? Like, what? For what? What's the problem? And the only way he thought, I gotta take her out, that's the only way. Stupid ass.
6, the call logs were damning. Matt and Vanessa had been in close contact before and after Kari's death, with Vanessa using Kari's old phone. Matt and Vanessa had continually insisted that their relationship was only a friendship. Matt as a pastor counseling Vanessa through her divorce, but with so much contact and such a quick emotion.
It's only a friendship. Friends don't stand like this after their wife just died and helping with their kids. Friend, why you ain't over here by your kids? You know what I'm saying? You worried about your kids wearing spaghetti straps and shit, but this don't look too holy. You looking at that right there as a pastor. Sick ass. He had killed his wife just to get with that little young shit. He could have just asked for an open marriage or something. But no. You wouldn't. You look even worse as a pastor than you should have just cheated. And cheating ain't good, but that's better off than murder. Like, what the hell?
Connection, it raises serious questions. What had really gone on between them before Kari died? Could Vanessa hold the key to the entire case? And will she come forward to help bring Matt to justice?
Look at
We
him.
didn't know if she might have even been involved.
It's January of 2010, 4 years after Kari's murder, and Vanessa is subpoenaed. She's legally forced to show up and testify at trial on what she knows about Matt Baker.
Bro look like an evil ass frog, bro.
She's legally forced to show up and testify at trial on what she knows about.
Nigga, that nigga look like one of the niggas that's deep in the government that will set your ass up for failure and get you killed. If you showed anybody this picture, they were like, who do you think this guy is? Oh, like, was he in the mob? Nope. Was he like a president or something, or like somewhere in the office? Nope. You would not think pastor. He looked like he do evil shit. He doesn't look like a pastor. He look like evil. If somebody told you, hey man, this guy cheated on his wife one day with a young lady, you can believe that. If somebody told you like, oh yeah, he runs a church and he takes care of the community, you will not believe that, bro. You're not believing that. Look at him.
About Matt Baker, and because prosecutors believe she knows something critical, they offer her a deal. Tell the truth, and you won't be charged with anything yourself.
When they brought Vanessa Bowles in, that was kind of a last-ditch effort.
So we're like, okay, let's see what happens.
The courtroom is packed. Linda and her family are sitting on the wooden bench, ready to fight for justice. When Vanessa enters the courtroom, all eyes are on her as she takes the stand in front of Kari's whole family and Matt himself. When she starts to speak, the courtroom is silent. Everyone hangs on to every word as she describes exactly what happened, and Matt Baker's true face is finally revealed.
He was a complete, and still is, a manipulative.
I don't trust shit come out of her mouth either. First of all, we're gonna start with blonde, blue eyes. Can't trust it. Straight up, can't. No, can't trust it. Second, pretty white girl. Can't trust it. No, she a white girl and she real pretty. Negative. Third, she got that vibe like she'll be with you whenever like she finna get in trouble, she finna switch this all up. He's manipulated her. He verbally and physically abused me. He verbally abused me badly. Like, and then get you locked the hell up. You know how many cases of people that's in jail right now because of this look right here in real life? Like, this ain't like no opinions I'm talking about. This is facts. Real life. Hell no, I don't trust it.
Liar. Who took me my vulnerable state and made me believe everything he said.
Matt, who was at first counseling Vanessa about her recent divorce.
Look at her. She looked like she'd set your ass up. He manipulated me and made me believe everything that he said. He made me believe it. No, you made yourself believe it. I don't care how many times a motherfucker will drill in my head, bro, you gay, bro, just trust me, you're gay. Man, I'm never gonna believe that. I get it, some people can be manipulated to a certain extent. You know, you can talk to people and then they start believing it, but like, hey, to a certain extent, bro. We talking about people dying right now. He trying to move you in and take care of you and you be this person. What made you agree with that? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is an old pastor. Nigga, we ain't talking about no young man, no dude that she really attracted to. Stop playing.
Quickly changed his behavior from attentive, caring pastor to a predator.
He started asking me things about my divorce and started telling me whoever finds you is going to be a lucky man.
In front of the entire courtroom, Vanessa finally reveals what Matt had always denied. In March of 2006, just 1 month before Kari's death, she and Matt were having an affair.
He came by and was kind of smiling. He said, "Oh, don't date other guys, just date your pastor," and kind of smiled.
Did he say anything else after that?
He said, "Will you really date your pastor?" And he asked if he could hold my hands to pray, and he did. Then afterwards, he started to kiss me. Then he just took my hand and led me to the bedroom. I was
started to kiss you. And then knowing that you're coming out of it in a divorce, you weren't a child. He let you know you should date your pastor. In your mind, when that hit your mind, that was like, should have been, what the hell, you know? He held your hand, started praying for you, looking you in your eyes, telling you all this stuff. It never clicked in your head like, I don't want to do this. This is weird. This is nasty. He kissed you on your lips. You kissed him back. You still was like, it never hit you. I don't want to do this. This is weird. He grabbed your hand, picks you up. Y'all walking down the hallway to go to the room. It never clicked in your head. I don't want to do this. This is weird. He laid you on the bed, took your clothes off, started kissing, because none of this sound like force. You know what I'm saying? None of this sound like he forced you to do anything. So all of that whole little time, and you coming off in a divorce, and you already had a husband and your kids and all this extra, all that's going down, and nothing in your mind clicked and was like, this is weird. I feel unsafe. I shouldn't do this. No, it didn't. You wanted to do this. I don't believe shit she's saying. Now I ain't saying she got to do with the murder, but nah, don't get on this stand and play like you just this victim, bro.
extremely remorseful. I couldn't believe what just happened. He started saying, "It's okay, don't feel bad, just ask God to forgive you." And he said, in reality, he said, I don't think God believes that anyone can just be with one person the rest of their lives.
Then Vanessa dropped.
Feel bad. Don't get me wrong, manipulation is strong, and that makes sense. It sounded like he was talking to a 15-year-old or a 14-year-old, 16-year-old, a kid. Don't feel bad. God trusts you. God believes that you're going to be okay. In God's eyes, this is all okay. But you're a grown woman. Motherfucker, you know right from wrong. You know this ain't right. This is right. Manipulation can only go so far when you become mature. And I ain't saying she was the most mature motherfucker, but she was a grown woman, bro, that was already in a whole marriage before. She done been through the ups and downs already. You know what I'm saying? She done trying to play victim.
Another bombshell. She says she knows what really happened to Kari Baker. Under oath, she testifies that Matt had been openly planning her death.
He said that, she took sleeping pills every night, so maybe he could make it look like she
So you did all of that while she was still alive. You trifling. You knew he had a wife too on top of everything, and nothing clicked in your head like, I probably shouldn't do this. This is weird. I mean, you wanted to do it. And whenever he told you, I think that God wants us more, it's okay for us to be with more than one person. You took that and was like, okay. You just needed confirmation.
Dose on sleeping pills. He mentioned that he would leave a note. He said that he would type it, and I said, that's never gonna work, you're gonna be caught. And he said, oh no, she types everything.
So you in on it. That's never gonna work, you're gonna get caught. You didn't tell him don't do it. You should have ran and told right then before he went and did that. This is a pastor talking about killing his wife. And then initiating certain things and certain points before he did it. And you knew about all of that before it even was near finna happen. She need to be locked up too.
He said that no one would question it because of how depressed she was.
She just asked Matt, well, why are you trying to kill her? Why don't you just get a divorce? And he told her that he would never be able to preach again. I guess in his mind, divorce was worse than actually committing murder.
At what point did he start talking about planning her murder?
It was shortly after that. It was sometime mid-March, I would say. He started talking about things he could do. He said that, you know, she took sleeping pills every night, so maybe he could make it look like she overdosed on sleeping pills. And then he told me that, he said, I'm gonna tell you what happened that night, one time. Then he said, I never want to talk about it again. He had gotten big horse pills. He said he emptied out all the contents and put crushed Ambien in them. He said he handcuffed her to the bed, started kissing her and touching her all over until she fell asleep. Then he said he got the pillow and put it over her face.
What did he say happened next?
He said that he thought she was dead, and he just said she just took one big ass for air, and he said, oh, and then put the pillow back on her face, except he did this with his hand to be sure that he suffocated her. He said that he set everything up, locked the door, and left.
So you knew that Friday, April 7th of 2006 was the day that he was going to try it again?
I knew he was going to try it then, yes. In truth, who would believe me? He was a preacher.
Fuck out of here with all that crying shit. Who would believe me? All of us. You could have went to a whole community of people that's not your skin color. We all would have believed you. Who would have believed me? But guess what? What? They wouldn't have believed us for believing you? That would have been bad? Type shit. That shit crazy. Lock her ass up too, bro. You let that lady could be living right now if you would have just said something. If it had to do with you, you would have said some shit. Bro, that's what I'm telling you, bro. When it comes to blonde hair, blue eyes, bro, you cannot trust them motherfuckers, bro. I'm telling you. Now, they can get you in some doors to put you from here to here, you know, in life, but, bro, hell no, man. Now, if you got blonde hair, blue eyes, and you watching me, and you a big fan of me, hey, I'm sorry, but your people in your past make y'all look a certain way, and it's facts. You know what I'm saying? Y'all weren't manipulated into being like this, or the past, some shit happened to where you had to be in like this when you got older. No, y'all been like this since day one. You know what I mean by that? Like, you got black people that have been through so much in life to where, like, the trauma has led on to this generation, to the next generation, to the next generation, and then you got poverty, and then you got this and that, and then that all folds into why a lot of black people act the way they act now. Y'all didn't go through that. You got Mexican people, they work hard as fuck. It's just not because they're Mexican. Nigga, they had to do that all their life. They grandparents had to do that, and that led to this, and motherfuckers treat Mexicans a certain way, treat Hispanic people a certain way, and to where it breaks down to this generation, the trauma to this generation, and now they like how they are because of trauma. Y'all didn't have that. And we can keep going to every race, bro. But y'all, even down to Jews. When I say white people, I'm not talking about just, we talking about blonde and blue eyes. There's a lot of Jewish people out here that been through a lot. But in your case, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying, man. Watch them niggas with them blue eyes and that blonde hair. They play victim quick, and then they always quick to cry like you didn't know everything that was going on. You could have saved her life, bro. Fuck. And then after he did it, he came back and told you everything. And then and after that, you been knowing. You didn't, like, after he told you, you went to the police. You just kept mouth shut till it was like, oh, let's ask that girl. And now you like, I'm telling.
And so I felt like I was stuck.
What I saw.
See how she just got up like that? I'm just like, no tears, no nothing. You got makeup and mascara on. How is everything perfect still? How are you making this face right here like it's just, your life is over. You're just the biggest victim. I feel like I was killed that night. Looking ass.
And so I felt like I was stuck.
And now this is your face. They believe me, I think. I guess I'm just get out of here.
What I saw from Vanessa's testimony was a man who was much more evil than even I believed he was.
The courtroom is stunned. The truth is finally coming out, and it's devastating. Kari was betrayed by the man she trusted and loved the most. But despite the heartbreak, Vanessa's testimony aligns with the evidence that Linda and her family have spent years tirelessly collecting. And Vanessa isn't the only one to break the silence and expose the man Matt truly is. Dozens of other women step forward too. Women from Matt's past who, one by one, bravely share their stories of Matt's behavior over the years.
We had gone back into the youth rec room. He tried to kiss me. Told him no. He said that he knew that I wanted it.
He seemed very relentless and wanting to have an incident of a sexual nature occur. I don't want to do this. I remember having to use all my strength to try to keep him off of me.
And y'all just now coming out saying something? Yeah, that's crazy. Now everybody got a story and shit. Like, bro, like, shit don't make no sense.
And from taking my clothes off, I turned around at one point and he was standing behind me and he begins trying to kiss me.
In total, 12 different...
Damn, another one? 12 different white women, y'all ain't say nothing? He tried to grope me and kiss me and love all on me. But I'm not gonna tell the police though. Or my dad. Or my brother. Like, come on, bro.
Different women come forward. Their testimonies, back to back, corroborate Vanessa's version of Matt Baker. The pastor has always been a dangerous predator who thought he was untouchable and would walk away unscathed, never being held accountable. But today, he is forced to face the consequences of his actions. At the sentencing, Linda can finally confront the man who took her daughter almost 4 years ago during her impact statement. Matt was her son-in-law.
4 years,
She used
bro.
to see him through Kari's loving eyes, and now he can't even look at hers.
You murdered the mother of your children.
Kenzie and Grace were thrust into a chaotic situation after their mom's death, but thankfully, Linda and Jim gained full custody and now provide a loving, supportive home for the two girls to grow up in.
Dang, she got cursed with them blue eyes. Damn. And that's what I'm saying right there. That just proved my point right there. When I say like black people went through certain trauma to where it led on to generation to generation, if we ask every white woman with blonde eyes and blonde hair and blue eyes, why should we feel bad for what you go through? And tell us where your trauma came from generationally. They can't say a motherfucking thing. They can't, cause like really break that down. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got black people, we can bring up slavery, we can bring up just getting killed by the police, we can bring up going to school and getting treated wrong, getting called out at names and everything. Everything we create, we get stolen from us, and then white people put their name on it. Mexicans got all types of shit they can talk about. Africans, Japanese people, Hawaiians, like, bro, Indians, Native Americans, we all got generational shit because we got treated a certain way by white people. Now, if you go ask a white person, what was it that started yours as a white woman? If you go ask them, they ain't got no history of being fucked over. Only thing they can say is, y'all husbands did y'all dirty. White men fucked y'all over. That's about it. Any trauma that coming from generationally to white people, it'd be like, they husband killed their mama. They husband beat them. They daddy done touched on them. We don't be doing shit to y'all. You know what I'm saying? It be y'all doing it to y'all and then doing it to us. Like, even back in slavery, like, y'all couldn't do nothing. Y'all, as white women, y'all couldn't do a motherfucking thing. Y'all was liking the slaves, them fucking them, and then turning on them when y'all got caught. Y'all couldn't do a motherfucking thing. Why? Because y'all husband said y'all couldn't. It wasn't because of this random ass white man controlling you, or this random black dude did this to you, or this, this Indian did this to you. No, it was them white men that y'all came over here with. Had y'all fully controlled. And that's some hoe ass shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, this is generations after generation after generation after generation. And you can't tell them that because they so stuck. Well, guys, if you guys were to just, that was back 100-something years ago. You didn't have to go through that. Bro, it's deeper than what you think. It's not the fact that we weren't actually slaves. All that trickles down. And that trauma gets taught and taught and taught. I just wish all white people could be black men for a month. And not with no money, no nothing. Just be a black man for not even a month. I'd say this make it real juicy. Give them 3 months of being a black man. Or a black woman. Yeah, black woman too. Because they get treated like some crazy shit too. And make them thick. Be a black woman with that ass. They get treated real nasty out here. Start with nothing and see how hard it is to survive. And see what you go through. And no, you don't get to come over here with the knowledge of knowing about credit. You got to learn everything, the way we do it. And I promise you, y'all gonna look at this shit way, way different, bro. Way different. And probably still not even gonna give a damn, but still.
And Kenzie will be 17 next week. She
What's
is
up, Kenzie?
very excited about the prospect of college. She's a hoot to be around. All we want now is for the girls to be teenagers, and we never want them to feel like they have to choose who to love.
I live with 3 women. And the other night, they were all laughing and giggling and just having a grand old time. That was a symphony.
I see Kari. I see her every day in her daughters. She would be relishing what we're experiencing.
She was an amazing mother. She would fight for any of us. And I just want everybody to know the truth.
Kids got taken away from their parents because of their dad. And he ain't even dead. This nigga was supposed to be a pastor, bro. That sucks.
Kari's legacy is living through her daughters, and Linda can still see Kari in them, her light shining through, and despite being gone, she will never be forgotten. On January 21st, 2010, Matt Baker is sentenced to 65 years in prison. He won't be able to hurt any other women or destroy Kari's reputation. Without her family's persistence, Matt would have more than likely gotten away with the murder, but Kari, through her
I hope they in there tearing his ass up.
loved ones, got justice after all. In the end, it was their perseverance and the real strength of a family that brought the truth forward.
Damn. Dang, that sucked, man. She was 32. R.I.P. Kari Baker, man. R.I.P. to Kari Baker. I gotta watch who y'all dating. And like, it's no way she didn't know that her husband was like a pervert. Like, bro, I mean, it ain't much she could really do, but like, just leave him, or I don't know. That's about it. But Jesus Christ, man, that sucks. That sucks. And they need to go get that girl that been knowing about it, lock her ass up too. She need to get at least 5. At least 5 years, for sure. But yeah, man, that's gonna be the end of this video, man. Need y'all to like, comment, subscribe, man. Turn in post notifications on. Hopefully this video don't get blocked. If you're watching it, it didn't get blocked. But if you're watching it and you ain't seen one ad on this motherfucker, it definitely got copyrighted. Tell you that. Peace. Chicken grease, wash your ass, and brush your teeth.